Is this all possible?
Think of it as a Google search, except instead of searching only what people make public, we're also looking at everything the whole kingdom's Snow White.
And unravelling spy sagas threatening to make things awkward between Seoul and Washington just before a big trip to the US by South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol, and as the Allies have been demonstrating their apparent joint strength with one military drill after another. This whole story emerged over the weekend as the New York Times and the Washington Post reported on a potentially damaging leak of Pentagon documents. These were released on social media and apparently revealed that US intelligence services eavesdropped on South Korean presidential office conversations in early March about whether to provide weapons to Ukraine. The South was reportedly concerned about US pressure to back Ukraine in its war against Russia with lethal aid, something South Korea's still yet to do, instead focusing on providing humanitarian aid. The fallout here in South Korea has been intense. Seoul's presidential office said it would hold necessary discussions and request appropriate measures from the US if necessary. Principal Deputy National Security Advisor Kim Tae-hyo is also visiting Washington this week to prepare for President Yoon's state visit to the US on April 26. Meanwhile, there's been something of a media uproar with concerns that this could affect public opinion about the US alliance, and also suspicions being raised that South Korea's recent presidential office move across Seoul could have caused a security lapse, though that's been strongly denied. The thing is, at this stage, there's not a lot of clarity. Even the extent to which the leaked documents are genuine is not clear. And if there's been a deliberate attempt to spread false information, then you might ask, who would stand to gain? Representative Tae Young-ho, a North Korean diplomat turned defector who's now on Seoul's National Assembly's Foreign Affairs Committee, has said the countries that would benefit from weakened ties between South Korea and the US are none other than North Korea, China, and Russia. But what if the reports are verified? Interestingly, a South Korean presidential official said they'd review precedents and instances involving other countries and come up with our response accordingly. There are certainly notorious precedents. The Edward Snowden whistleblowing scandal raised the allegation back in 2013 that the CIA and NSA had tapped German Chancellor Angela Merkel's phone. Later claims also emerged that Denmark had helped the US spy not only on Germany but also France and other European allies. And South Korea has its own precedent too, as in 2013 leaked documents showed the US had bugged the South Korean embassy in Washington. So, if this latest leak is genuine, it's not like we should necessarily be shocked, yet it's clearly not a good look, especially as this is all now so public, and it won't exactly promote a celebratory mood when President Yoon goes to the US to mark 70 years of the South Korean-American military alliance. Based on past cases, we can expect Seoul to demand an American explanation. Previously, we saw former US President Barack Obama apologize to Germany, for instance. And the other dimension, if these leaked documents are verified, is that it exposes a lapse in US security. Washington will be eager to get to the bottom of this for its own reasons then, while South Korea and the US will also need to make sure their military alliance does continue to stand up to North Korean threats. Already this week, President Yoon's emphasized the strength of the alliance, while the US has reiterated via a State Department spokesperson that its commitment to South Korea is ironclad.